Hi, Wycliffe Barrett here, Explain Dedicated. A friend of mine said that he liked the location vlogs, so I'm on location again. This is St Mary's Church. I'll see you after the trailer. Hi guys, here we are at St Mary's Church. We're in the west of Cardiff. It's open countryside where I am. Beautiful morning, you can hear the birds. We're on location. I thought I'd do a location shoot for a change. And there's a few things I want to talk about. A couple of them, well, one of them that's made me not angry, but wishing to give a different viewpoint, okay? And I'm talking about the Jar Design A330. It's had some bad press. Well, we can't even call it press, but it's had some bad media, okay? And one thing I realised some time ago is that you cannot buy a level D simulator, load it onto your sim, and then expect to be able to fly it perfectly straight away. More often than not, you really do need to learn what it is you're flying, and you need to read the manual, or at least go through the tutorial. One of our friends, one of the other YouTubers and streamers, it would appear that he didn't do that, and he flew the A330 at the beginning of the week and was pretty disparaging about it. I just want to put the record straight. Explain Dedicated, we are totally independent. Even though a number of us are beta testers and we get aircraft from developers, we still have the final say when it comes to flying them, reviewing them, etc, etc. Rob Wilson and the A330. His A330 had a number of issues with it. I bought it and was able to review it on a stream one night, and I pointed out the issues, plain and simple. Rob has listened to myself and his beta testers, and version 2 will be out soon, and there were huge improvements in version 2. So, Explain Dedicated, we're independent. Nobody pays us any monies to say anything, so on that basis then, Jar Design A330. The Jar Design A330, as far as I'm concerned, is an excellent aircraft. The other day when we saw a stream, I think it was Monday, the streamer was talking about things not working, he couldn't do the pushback, it flew wrong, it handled wrong, and all sorts of things. I need to put the record straight, because since then, since Monday, I've done a number of flights in this aircraft just to make sure that I know what I'm talking about. And the pushback works, it flies perfectly, it follows flight plans, it does not throw anything weird at you. Like a lot of flight plans, we've got to be very wary. Flight plans are not always that good when you get them off the internet. It doesn't matter whether you use EFAS, PFPX, Route Finder, or whatever. They're not always accurate, and so you need to sometimes you might need to sort out some little quirks yourself, remove some waypoints, etc, etc. I certainly had to do that last night, and that was just on a flight up to Edinburgh. I had to remove some waypoints to make sure that, you know, the flight plan and the star were accurate. But, you know, that's normal. Real pilots have to do that. So, some of the other things I need to talk about is the systems, yeah? And whilst it's not a PMDG aircraft, it's damn close. You know, I mean, it's okay, it's not got every page in the MCGS or the MCDU. Hasn't got every page, hasn't got every function, but it's got APU, it's got auto flight, communications, doors, electrical systems, equipment, flight controls, fuel, hydraulics. It's got all of those. So what more do you want? You could, I suppose, especially with X-Plane now the way it's going, you could put tons and tons of things in, and we will see that in the near future. Believe me, we will see that, because X-Plane does allow you to do that. But the more you put in, and the more time you spend on developing something, the more expensive it's going to be. And PMDG have proved that with their aircraft over on FSX. That if you put all these things in, it's going to cost an awful lot of money. Okay, got to keep costs down. You've got to earn money as well. And these guys are commercial entities. Some of the developers, they've given up full-time jobs and they're supporting families, etc., etc. So that's why, maybe they're pushing the product out. But I just want to say clearly and on record, X-Plane Dedicated has nothing wrong with the A330 from JAR Design. I think it's a brilliant aircraft, and with updates, and there will be updates, it will just get better and better. So anybody out there who thinks that it's not very good, have a look at the stream, have a look at the comments on Facebook, on our Facebook page. There's a large number of people flying this aircraft, and a large number of people are really liking it. For a change, I thought rather than talk about, payware and, other stuff, I thought I'd talk about what's happening on xplane.org and the freeware scenery. I've really got to give a shout out to FS Schutzman or F. Schutzman and Einstein. These two guys are producing so many high quality objects for designers like myself and some of the other guys that it is a great benefit to you, the end users. Even this morning, F. Schutzman, he released a simple terminal. It was just called Simple Terminal. I had a look on the org this morning before I came out here, and there it was, this simple terminal. It's absolutely superb. It can be used in a multitude of situations. You can add it to your sceneries. This is for developers. You can add it to sceneries. You can add things to it. You can use the Lego brick system. Absolutely incredible. Einstein, he just throws out stuff left, right, and centre, almost on a daily basis. And so I just wanted to publicly say, to these two guys, Einstein and F. Schutzman, you really are doing the community some great work there, a great service. I'm just going to have to change hands because I'm getting a little bit of cramp. Okay. Something else I saw this morning was by Pilot Plus, and I'm a little bit confused about Pilot Plus. That I'm only confused because they're payware. And Pilot Plus have done a Bristol airport, Echo Golf Golf Delta, and it's really nice. It's a really nice airport. I like it a lot. There's a couple of inaccuracies, but that's okay. There's always going to be some inaccuracies unless you can get to the airport. Anyway, Pilot Plus has done Bristol Airport. It's $22.95 on the org. So if you're out of country, then you're going to have to put a bit of VAT on there or something. So it's $22.95. But what he's done this morning, he's released a People Plus pack. Okay, it's a People Plus pack, which means that when you put this in, you get static aircraft, you get 3D people wandering around and moving vehicles. Yeah, great. And it is free, so it's free, but it goes with the airport. That's $22.95. Have a look, make up your own mind. There are lots of Bristol airports out there, so you can choose free ones or you can pay for it. The other thing that I saw this morning, and this is absolutely superb, absolutely brilliant. It's an airport in Canada, CZNL, so that's Charlie Zulu November Lima, and it's by a guy called DKM, all right, freeware, and this is Nelson Stibbs Airfield 2.6. It's fantastic. I mean, it really is really, really good. I mean, it's a little airstrip in the Canadian Rockies by a lake what more do you want? And he's done a really good job in putting this together. It looks superb. I believe there are some custom buildings, and it's not just the airstrip, it's the town around it as well. So it's the town associated with it, and this is freeware. I downloaded it myself, and when I get back home, I'm going to put that on. I downloaded it. I think it took me 35 seconds. Yeah, 35 seconds. But then again, I've got 150 meg broadband. But get it. I recommend this one. It doesn't matter if you never ever fly in Canada. Just get it, install it, and have a wander around. It's brilliant. Okay. And then another one I came across, and this is a little bit of a quirky one, and this is Echo Golf 69, EG69. I was unaware that there was a strip on Lundy Island, and Lundy Island is out in the Bristol Channel, which is in that direction somewhere. It's like the North Devon coast, but it's in the Bristol Channel. Lundy Island, in 2008, I believe it was, had a population of 28 people. Ooh, big. It's got a landing strip, which is a grass runway. Some of the buildings, there's 3 lighthouses there, and what Paul Mortar's done, he's put some fictional helipads on there. So have a look at that. It's free, so it's not going to cost you anything. 30 seconds of download. The only problem is he's created it with contours on, and that's because of the terrain of the island. It's a hilly island, and the runway is on the top. The grass strip is on the top of the island. But it's really, really quite nice, and I suggest that you download that. So just a few things there, and trying to put things straight on the Airbus A330, which I really do think that sometimes people need to be a little bit more responsible, especially with people's livelihood. And the problem is that there are some streamers, some YouTubers out there, and they have a huge following. And when they say something, their followers believe it. Yeah, they believe it to be true. So this is a balanced view. That's all, a balanced view. Have a look over on my Twitch. I've done a few flights in the 330. They're up there. Some of them have music in them, and so you'll hear moments of silence because I've turned the music on or whatever. And we know what happens. They don't like putting third-party music on. Go figure. Anyway, that's all I got to say. And like I say, I'm here at St Mary's Church. The last time I came up here, I took a walk up here. It's got to be 20 years ago, and you couldn't see any of this. Where I'm stood now, this is the old graveyard. You couldn't see any of this. Well, what a beautiful place. So peaceful. Okay, guys, I'll see you soon. I said I'd put some pictures in, and so we've got a few images here of the Airbus A330, and this shot here just shows you the FMCs and fuel management system. We have the central pedestal here, really well drawn and very much in keeping with the Airbus ethos. Just a left-hand cockpit view, and with this I'm using SkyMax Pro Clouds, as you can see, or SkyMax Pro Weather. So a few people said, the colours are all wrong. Well, the colours change, obviously, as atmospheric conditions change. And the next couple of shots are just showing the shadowing within the aircraft. So, as the aircraft moves and turns and the sun goes around the aircraft, for whatever reason, you see the shadowing move across the cockpit. And it's really well drawn. The one thing I like about X-Plane is that you can zoom right in onto any instrument and it will remain in focus through the whole depth of zoom, which is highly unusual. You don't see that often on other simulators. Here's a nice angle where you see the length of the shadows on the knobs up on the MCDU. So obviously the sun is getting lower in the sky and out on the right-hand side. So I do like that shot. Once again, another shadowing shot here. You can see the shadows from bulkheads and what have you on the main cockpit bulkhead, clouds below with the shadows beneath. The A330 is a lovely aircraft to fly. It's very stable. Although last night I was flying into Adelaide from Melbourne, and the weather was atrocious. It was raining, I had a crosswind, and it became a bit of a handful, especially as I disengaged the autopilots at about 2 miles. But we landed. The crosswind was trying to catch me out, so I think I had left rudder on and right aileron. I can't remember at the moment, but it was a combination of those. So yeah, within X-Plane you are going to feel the weather quite seriously, especially if you're coming in for a crosswind landing. Finally, in these cockpit shots here, just a bit of a zoom in on the primary flight display and navigational display, just to show you the focus that it maintains. I took some external shots because the A330 comes with a lot of ground equipment automatically. So you turn this on, it will come. Really neat, and it looks great at night as well, with all the flashing lights on the vehicles. Another external shot. This is Cardiff Airport, obviously. When you can see the fuel planner on the left-hand side, for filling. Not so much fuel planner, but filling. A different angle shot, just me being creative, for want of a better expression. And then I took this really nice shot in the evening, with the ground vehicles and the lights on, etc. It's very nice. See the lighting inside the cabin there through the rear door. I said I'd put up some links for the other things that I talked about today, so I've got the links here. So Simple Terminal, there's the link. That's that terminal building that's been built by F. Schutzman, and you can download it from there if you're a scenery designer. It's really, really neat. I just like the way that he does things, that he does them quickly and just puts them out there. The next link is for Lundy Island, which is in the North Devon coast that I mentioned. And finally, we've got a link here for Nelson and Norman Stibbs Airfield, CZNL, Charlie Zulu November Lima. That is absolutely brilliant, and it's freeware, so, download that. Well, that's it. Almost finished. There's a little bit of a surprise, a bit of an Easter egg coming right after these links for you. So this is Wycliffe Barrett, X-Plane Dedicated. I hope you enjoy the vlog, and you all take care. Bye. One, 2, 3. So there you go. A few comments there about different things that are happening. What I'll do is I'll put some pictures, and I'll put the links in the bottom if I remember. I'll put some pictures. 2, 3. I'll put some pictures at the end of the vlog. I hope you enjoyed the vlog, guys. I'm going to put some pictures throughout and at the end of the vlog of all the things that I've been talking about. Wycliffe Barrett, X-Plane Dedicated here at St Mary's Church in the west of Cardiff. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to talk about the 1, 2, 3. Today, I'm going to talk about the JAR Design A330. There's been quite a lot of 1, 2, 3. Rob Wilson will. 1, 2, 3. Rob Wilson's. 1, 2, 3. Rob Wilson's Airbus A330 that came out some while ago.